What's up YouTube, Jeff back again. Today I'm continuing my coverage of the Galaxy S10. Today I'm getting into some of the official accessories for the S10. So we're going to be looking at the Samsung LED back cover for the S10. Now, if you didn't hear about the LED back cover, this is basically a cover which sort of snaps on like a little bumper style case and has a couple of neat tricks. So on the back of the case you'll be able to see LED icons like emojis. You'll be able to see specific icons for specific callers, notification alerts for messages, calls, and notifications, but those only work for the Samsung apps as far as I can tell, so that's kind of a drawback. And it also has a countdown timer when you're using the rear camera, so the person you're taking a picture of can sort of see the countdown as it's going when you're using a timer. So some kind of neat features, but this is a very expensive case, $54.99 here in the US, so I kind of want to talk about whether or not it's worth picking up. I've been using the case for a couple of days. First, just to take a look at sort of the build of the case. It's got a hard plastic back, glossy, very thin case, so minimal protection, but also a very slim profile, as you can see right here. It does have the buttons exposed, so the power button is exposed, the volume rocker and the Bixby key are exposed, and then also here at the bottom of the phone, charging port, speaker, headphone jack are all exposed. So if you drop this, you're not going to get a lot of protection. There's a decent chance this case could pop off. It's definitely not going to give you maximum drop protection. It also doesn't really have that much of a raised up lip, although there is sort of around the corners. You can see there. It's definitely not maximum protection style case. Another thing in terms of the build quality, which you can probably already see from me using it a couple of days, the fingerprints on this case get pretty ridiculous. You can see they're all over there, and I've been trying to wipe it down occasionally with microfiber cloth. So if you do get this case, you can expect that it's definitely going to get fingerprints on it. And so far, I don't have any major scratches, but I've only been using it for 2 days. I would imagine after a week or two, this thing is going to look pretty beat up, just judging from the past sort of hard plastic glossy cases that Samsung has put out. But it does have a couple of really neat tricks, which I mentioned, for the price. So if you go into settings and go to advanced features, you can actually play around with the cover under accessories, go to LED cover. Here's where you can turn on the various lighting effects. So if you turn it on, the LED lighting effect on the back will begin. You can see it right there. This is actually powered sort of inductively using NFC. You'll actually notice that when you turn it on, it tells you that you can't have NFC on at the same time. So it says NFC isn't available while using the light control. So if you do have the effects turned on, then you won't be able to actually use NFC at the same time. Now that can also conflict a little bit with the wireless charging. I've tried it on the official Samsung chargers, kind of hit or miss. So if you like using NFC and wireless charging reliably, I don't know that this is the case that I would recommend. The lighting effect is kind of cool, I guess, if that's something you're into, but you're not going to see it. People are going to see it, obviously, and notice it because it's on the back of the cover. Now, perhaps the coolest thing, which is the camera timer, you can see right there, shows the camera timer countdown, the LED cover when taking pictures. So if I go into the camera and open it up and I want to take a photo, so if I set the timer, see I've got it set to 5, if I go ahead and hit the photo there and I turn this around, it's going to show the countdown there, and it'll show a little smiley face to tell the person to smile before it takes the picture. So that's kind of a neat feature. Something that your friends are going to enjoy maybe when you're taking photos. If you're the person in your group that takes photos a large amount of the time, that's probably something that you might find kind of interesting, kind of fun to play around with. Now, you can also turn LED icons on. Right now you can see here all the pre-default LED icons that you can have: heart, bird, pulse, and various interesting things. I can't seem to find the customization icon. Kind of like on the LED flip cover. They said that it's here, but in this version of the software, I don't see an option to customize the LED. I've actually kept checking for a software update, but customizing the LED, you could draw your own LEDs in the past for the flip cover that they've had in the past, but I don't see that here. The only options are either mood lighting or the LED icon, so it'll just show the icon persistently. Now, a couple of things about this as well. Obviously, showing these various LEDs on the back and doing that inductive charging is going to drain the battery. I've noticed that it drains the battery pretty significantly. Some people were thinking it might not drain it that much. I've been noticing it might take an extra 4 to 5% of your battery per hour if you leave this on. So it's not really practical, even though it looks cool, to leave it on all the time. Maybe if you go out for the night and you really want to get some attention, if you want people to notice your case. But you can't leave this on all day when you're at work. It's just going to drain your battery really ridiculously fast. Now the other thing that it can do is it can receive notifications, but you guys saw I received some notifications from YouTube just then, and it won't light up the back if you get things like YouTube notifications. It only works for the built-in Samsung apps like Samsung Messages, obviously the caller, the dialer, things like that. Any of those things will work, and you can also sort of see when someone's coming in. If they have a custom icon set up, you'll see that on the back here of the cover. So some pretty neat features, but considering it's not very much protection, the compromises with NFC and wireless charging, the fingerprints you're going to get on it, probably going to get some scratches on it, and also the fact that it drains your battery, I certainly can't recommend this case, especially not for 55 bucks here in the US. It looks cool, and if you just want to spend money to look cool maybe a couple hours a week when you go out on Friday night, maybe in that case it would be worth it. But for the average person, as an everyday case, I just don't think it's worth the cash. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification icon so you can see more of my Galaxy S10 coverage. I have a lot more stuff coming up soon. If you have any questions, drop me a comment below. Find me at Twitter, Instagram, Google+, the link's in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.